Hi, good afternoon, Sheriff Nehls, Fort Bend County, last name Nehls. With me is Sergeant Jarrett Nethery, a sergeant over our ICAC, Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force here in Fort Bend County. And I'm assuming you are all here as it relates to the arrest of Joe Ross, who, as of last week, was an employee of Lamar Consolidated Independent School District as a aide, a teacher's aide, paraprofessional, however you want to define it, at Pink Elementary here in the city of Richmond. So what questions do you have as it relates to this case? Hopefully we'll be able to answer those questions for you.
So how you find out that this guy was doing this, that he got a child pornography? 10 years working with child, and now just right now you find out that this guy have a possession of child pornography?
Well, it was a few short years ago that the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office established their own ICAC group that is out there on a daily basis targeting, identifying individuals that are preying on our children. But to get a little bit more specific as to what brought Mr. Ross into our radar, I will refer that to Sergeant Nethery.
Being involved with the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, we're part of a federal task force that's it's across the nation. There's 63 hubs all over the nation. We're part of the Houston Metro hub. As far as identifying our suspect target, we don't give a lot of information as to how we came upon Mr. Ross, simply because we don't want to educate the criminals as to what tools we're using. It's so hard for law enforcement with technology the way it is and as progressive as it is this day and age to keep up with our bad guys. So we don't want to give them any tools to get ahead of us on this situation. The task force is doing really well right now with these types of investigations and catching these guys.
Can you give me a number as to how many pictures you found and what they depicted in general?
This individual was found with a great number of images and videos. We're not talking about 5 or 10 or 20 or 50. It's tens of thousands of images.
Without giving away how y'all discovered this, can you at least tell us were any of these photos taken at the schools where he worked?
At this point in the investigation, we don't have any information leading us to believe that any of the children in the school are involved in the images. So obviously we're going to continue the investigation. The forensics are going to take quite a while until we're certain of that, but we are working on that.
What charges are he facing currently? And I understand there's an investigation as to 3 children at the school that he may have had inappropriate contact with. Can you define what inappropriate contact is? Can you tell us if that investigation is still ongoing? What the process is for that? And then also what the charges he's facing right now? And is he in jail? Sorry,
Do you want
it's a
to?
hand.
Sure. Possession of child pornography is a third-degree felony here in the state of Texas. As far as it relates to the 3 individuals referenced in the press release, right now he has admitted to inappropriate touching, and that's what we have at this point in time, inappropriate touching. He has been very cooperative with our investigators since we made contact with him a few days ago. So the investigation continues. Right now, as far as a criminal offense for this inappropriate touching, not right now. We don't have enough. But this is early on. When we sent out this press release to everyone, we are encouraging parents and others, should they have any contact, their children have had any contact with Mr. Ross, to reach out to us. Many have said that, working, living around here for the past 10 years, they referred to him as Mr. Joe. Apparently the kids liked him. They found him to be a very friendly, personable employee. So we are doing what we can to make sure that if there are other children out there that may have had contact with Mr. Ross, obviously to reach out to the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office.
Do you have reason to believe there could indeed be more?
There could be more.
What about the parents of the apartment complex where he was living? Where was that? What apartment complex? Where was he living?
In a local apartment complex, but I have no other information at this time about relative to the apartment complex.
Because those people there might want to know whether or not to send their kids over to his house anymore for cookies.
We have a very active social network when it comes to getting a social media network. So we're doing everything we possibly can to bring this attention to as many people as we can in a short period of time.
Is there an indication in tracing the thousands or more images that you found on his computers, how long he's been doing this? I mean, this is not
When
something...
he spoke to investigators, he's been doing this for 10 years. He's been doing this for 10 years.
And how long has the school been investigating him?
I don't know about how long the school is investigating, how long we've
Yeah.
been investigating him. We've been looking at him. He has popped up on our radar for about a year now.
And the
Did
school
you know
knew
he was a
nothing of that?
teacher at the time, or no?
No.
So can you, okay, because I think that we all have the same question. Can you clarify, I understand how this works, and I know you're not going to break down how this works, how you find people off the places
Yeah, we
that you
won't do
find them.
that.
I understand how it works. But can you explain, it was revealed to you after you conducted your investigation and you were able to find this guy, that this guy was a teacher. Obviously, he was terminated from the school. We want to understand, was there, the inappropriate touching, was that revealed by the school or was that revealed by you guys? Did the school know that?
It
the
was
school aware
revealed
of
by
that?
him.
Okay, was the
Mr.
school
Ross.
aware of that?
I don't believe so. How would they have known?
Okay, so he told you
Based on our
guys.
investigation. He spoke to investigators once we conducted the search warrant and we placed him in custody because we found evidence of child pornography in his apartment, resides with his mother. We placed him in custody and then we questioned him. And he was very cooperative with investigators. And at that point in time is when he talked about inappropriate touching with 3 individuals.
So the school is not aware of this?
My goodness, I know, I don't believe they would.
You didn't contact the school, in other
I
words?
think they would have contacted us.
What about the 3 students? They say something about it, about the inappropriate
We spoke to the
touching?
3 children. Our investigators spoke to the 3 children and yes, and with
they
their parents.
confirmed that it happened?
Well, it's inappropriate touching. I mean, do we have a criminal offense? What he was doing, he was not, we don't have any evidence that he sexually assaulted 3 children that he referred to when we questioned him. It would be inappropriate touching, such as he brushed by them. It was somewhat inappropriate. Right now, what you would almost have in the penal code would be a Class C offense.
But that combined with the child pornography, I mean, are you,
Well, no, we have child pornography, a felony 3. That's what we have right now.
does each picture get counted as a count, is it a count?
That would be a question for the district attorney's office, but he'd be in prison for many lives
Then he's gonna
if we
remain
did it
in
that
jail?
way. I'm sorry?
He's gonna remain in jail?
Well, he's in jail on a $40,000 bond. He's still here.
Were there any other offenses this guy's had?
I don't know. I don't have any information on his previous criminal history. If you would have it, Jared?
Many years ago, there was some previous criminal history, but it wasn't anything serious.